No, no. Google Glass. Google Glass. No, not this. That's going to be
The 21st century has ushered a slew of unprecedented chapters in the spiral story of the Department of Education. A new phenomenon has defined the new normal and reconstructed the ideals that everyone has to follow to continuously provide quality education that is inclusive and accessible. In the face of these circumstances, the Department of Education was able to sail uncharted territory and broaden its horizons by delivering the most relevant and essential learning competencies for learning continuity. As a response and support to the framework of Sulong Edukalidad, the school's division at Angeles City meticulously crafted its basic education learning continuity plan and strategically delivered new approaches to cover this uncharted territory through technical assistance, which strives to provide quality, relevant, accessible, and liberating basic education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic.
Technical assistance is an integral factor in the successful implementation of the Department of Education's programs, projects, and activities. Thus, in the Schools Division Office of Angeles City, we strongly advocate the importance of technical assistance, especially in the implementation of our commitments and targets in our office performance commitment and review form. Technical assistance is very active here in our division, especially that we have established the online help desk system for the provision of technical assistance so that our internal and external stakeholders can direct their request for technical assistance to the specific functional division or unit head or even member of the team. Technical assistance is provided in all aspects in the implementation of our curriculum, school-based management, information technology, human resource development and management, budget preparations, and even partnerships and linkages. Effective technical assistance is a product of solid teamwork and the humble provision of technical expertise by the different members of our team. And here at SDO Angeles City, we provide technical assistance with our bright smiles and our right service because we strongly believe that our division can fulfill its mantra of being a division where service is at its finest, integrity is at its best.
To achieve the targets set in the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, technical assistance is deemed necessary. This will ensure effective program implementation and ultimately the achievement of higher and better learning outcomes. With that, through the Office Memorandum Number 011, Series 2021, the Division Field Technical Assistance Team, headed by Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, co-chaired by Dr. Fernandina P. Otchenko, and assisted by the Division Focal Person, Dr. Edgar L. Manabat, conducted a division orientation on the guidelines of operations of the Division Field Technical Assistance Team in the provision of technical assistance. With the said orientation, various programs, projects, and activities were planned and continuously implemented to guarantee timely and relevant technical assistance to public schools, private schools, and learning centers. To ensure that the strategic and operational plans are properly developed, Dr. Fernandina P. Otchenko led the review, crafting, finalization, and submission of the DepEd Angeles City's Division Education Development Plan Journey 2021. The Division Education Development Plan has materialized through the project plans, preparation and crafting of long-term strategies and operational plans to address the needs and concerns of schools and school division priorities and improvement. Simultaneously, the public schools district supervisors assisted in the development of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, Work and Financial Plan, and School Operating Budget which were all successfully defended. On the other hand, through the Division Memorandum Number 173, Series 2020, or the Division Webinar on the Readiness Assessment Checklist for LDM in the LCP of private school administrators were properly guided in preparing their basic education learning continuity plan and other documentary requirements in compliance with DepEd Order Number 13 and 17 Series 2020. Furthermore, the conscientious monitoring on the implementation of the research agenda based on the BERF standards by the Planning and Research Unit was done through the project Research, reviving enthusiasm of schools or SDOs to engage in action in applied research in resolving critical issues that hinder quality education. In addition, specific technical assistance conducted to schools includes orientation on the new trends and research agenda based on Policy Research Program Fund standards, conduct of an annual Division Research Conference for research dissemination, utilization of project lenses leads to empower and nurture schools to elevate school performance through research, and extended provision of technical assistance to public schools by conducting webinars for school research coordinators. Moreover, technical assistance on the following was also provided: implementation of inclusive education through the Project LEAP, Learners Enhancement and Advancement programs, monitoring the conduct of the SPED programs, projects and activities, and assistance in the purchase of the psychoeducational psychological assessment tools for the LESNs, implementation of the special program for foreign language, Chinese Mandarin, utilization of technology to maximize the virtual interaction with school heads, ASATIDs, and the School Alive coordinators. Preparation of documents of schools for demolition and construction of school buildings is made possible through the Project Decor, Demolish to Construct Old to New Buildings and Needs Repairs, which was initiated by the division engineer. Also, the following technical assistance was given: guided the Arabic language and Islamic values and education writers, assisted in the quality assurance of developed learning activity sheets, supervised the printing of the LAS for the Arabic language and Islamic values and education, monitored the distribution of the learning activity sheets in the schools, monitored the weekly accomplishments of the ASATIDs, coordinated activities and received feedback from the ASATIDs, SAC, and school heads on the implementation of Madrasa education program in their school, conducted focus group discussion with the ASATIDs, school coordinators, and school heads on school and curriculum-related concerns, coordinated with the ASATIDs the needed documents for their IMS allowance and honorarium, also submitted the needed documents and prepared the project proposal for the school's division superintendent's approval. In addition, the Health and Nutrition Unit conducted several activities to provide technical assistance. This include on-site monitoring of schools on the strict compliance of the COVID-19 health standards and protocols, assessment, monitoring, and provision of online health instructions to learners and teaching and non-teaching personnel who are confirmed positive COVID-19 cases, conduct of medical, dental, and nursing assessment, health education, and first aid treatment as needed by teaching and non-teaching personnel with health concerns who sought consultation, online orientation on the implementation of SBFP, NFP, and milk feeding component, On-site monitoring of the distribution process of the NFP and milk feeding component to SBFP recipients following the health standards and protocols of COVID-19. And regular online consultative meeting with SBFP school coordinators on the implementation of the SBFP. To sustain the quality management processes in the school's division office, the Project Quest, quality, uniformed, efficient, sustained, and timely QMS processes was initiated, which aims to implement the QMS by continuously enhancing the human resource capacity, internal systems, and processes to achieve efficient and effective delivery of basic education services. Also, some of the best practices on the provision of technical assistance relative to QMS implementation are the following: conduct of orientation on the sustainability of QMS, gathering of needs and expectations of interested parties that include school heads of public and private schools, government parties, human resource, community partners, material and service providers, and consultants for goods and services. Training of document controllers on control of documented information. Continuous assistance in the facilitation of the DCCR form application. To oversee the operationalization of the Management Information Systems or MIS, the Division Office extended technical assistance to schools and Division Office personnel. Some of the best practices on the provision of technical assistance relative to the operationalization of the Management Information Systems are the following: Division orientation of school heads on early registration. Virtual meeting for the conduct of the Learning Continuity and Safe Schools Operations Survey. Focus group discussion on the implementation of PMIS. Online orientation and policy guidelines on teachers' workload, working time, and preparation of SF7. Online orientation on the annual data collection in the BEIS for school year 2020 to 2021. Online orientation on the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for school year 2020 to 2021. And teleconference meeting with the LIS coordinators regarding online and remote enrollment and data gathering procedures. To ensure coordination with the Division Field Technical Assistance Team for the provision of technical assistance for the division and schools, the following were all carried out successfully and continuously. Project Task: Technical assistance to school heads' key result areas is given by the PSDSS among public schools. Project TAP: Technical assistance to public and private schools is delivered by the School Management, Monitoring, and Evaluation Unit to provide technical assistance to public schools and learning centers with identified needs on school-based management, and is MEA in coordination with the PSDSS. Provision of technical assistance to private schools in compliance with quality standards with school heads of private schools through quarterly consultative meetings with school administrators. Division-wide utilization of the online help desk system for effective and efficient provision of technical assistance. To guarantee compliance of the schools to standards, the following projects which highlight the effective provision of technical assistance of the division to the schools relative to SBM include: Project Assist, active support in schools involving SBM Thrive. Through this, school heads are guided in managing their schools and in exercising their authority, responsibility, and accountability to create a conducive learning environment for the students. Project SBM-TA, sustaining basic monitoring techniques towards the attainment of school-based management level 3, which aims to improve the SBM level of practice, maintain safe school surroundings and facilities, and achieve a strong partnership with stakeholders. Project The Best, Division Best and Excellent in SBM Transformation, which aided the following: the gathering of feedback from school heads to further improve the SBM validation process in the new normal, which was conducted last March 15, 2021. Capacity building of the Division School-Based Management Validating Team and the PSDSS on the SBM validation process. Online orientation of school heads, school-based management coordinators, and school-based management principal leaders on the school-based management guidelines. Validation of school-based management level of practice with the Division School-Based Management Validating Team members. Another best practice in improving the SBM level of practice of the schools is the conceptualization and conduct of Punto at Balitaan, which aims to provide feedback to the stakeholders, both internal and external, by presenting the school monitoring, evaluation and adjustment, and monitoring and evaluation reports, to gather support from the stakeholders and to come up with a set of agreements to sustain partnership. Furthermore, technical assistance on the implementation of the curriculum and instruction was effectively and efficiently provided. To lead in the general supervision over basic education in managing programs for curriculum implementation, localization, and learning delivery, the education program supervisors regularly assist our school heads and teachers in the following: improvement of video lessons in different learning areas, implementation of reading and numeracy programs, identification of learning gaps, and preparation of various activities and recommendations for curriculum enhancement in all learning areas, including ALS and kindergarten. While in terms of local curriculum materials development, capacity building of writers and technical working groups across all learning areas on the development of learning activity sheets was conducted successfully. Quality assurance of LAS, discussion of the assessment guidelines, and provision for appropriate interventions in all learning areas in the new normal, and prototype weekly home learning plan were all provided. DepEd Angeles City believes that an organization must invest in its employees. Capacitating its employees strengthens its assets, which will ultimately result in a stronger and more effective workforce. Thus, DepEd Angeles City ensures that the implementation of the approved professional development plan for teachers, school leaders, and non-teaching personnel based on the procedures and standards of the learning and development system is in place. With that, the following projects were developed. Project SHE, School Heads Educational Enhancement Program, is a capacity building on learning management which aims to cultivate the leadership potential of school heads to sustain better work performance. Project CARE, Conventional Activities for Retirable Employees, is a capacity building project for the teaching and non-teaching personnel aged 55 to 66 years old. It champions the general welfare of the personnel to sustain good work performance in the organization. TIP, Teacher Induction Program Monitoring, was successfully conducted to immerse the new teachers in the DepEd system and gain their commitment in serving the nation through the children of Angeles City. And the search for CNAG awardees, service, innovations, and notable accomplishment on good governance was initiated to recognize the stellar contributions of the brilliant teachers and personnel in the organization, with the hope of heightening their passion for service and productivity in the workplace. To maximize the division's resources, technical assistance on resource management is indispensable. With that, the finance unit, together with the assistant schools division superintendents, assisted the school heads in the preparation and deliberation of the school operating budget from December 7 to 16, 2020 through the Division Memo Number 312, Series 2020. Moreover, assistance in the preparation of the liquidation report of MOOE is regularly given. Also, prompt submission of liquidation reports is awarded due recognition during the management committee meetings to encourage timely submission of reports among school heads. Close coordination and strong linkages of the division office with the local government unit brought positive impact and great opportunities for the schools and the learners. The local government unit of Angeles City, under the leadership of Mayor Carmelo Pogi Lasatin and Vice Mayor Vicky Vega Cabigting, provided free tablets, free Wi-Fi cards, and expressed their continuous support in terms of the repair of school buildings. And finally, the division stretched its connections and intensified its partnerships with the different agencies and businesses in order to take a stronger stance in this challenging situation through these significant projects. Project support, sustainability of partnership program on resource thrust. Schools were assisted by connecting them to stakeholders. The specific needs of the 53 schools were presented to various stakeholders for schools to gain possible partnership. And through Project Netflex, network flexing, showing off, school heads and Brigada Eskwela coordinators were guided in writing memorandum of agreement and partnership proposals. These various technical assistance projects, programs, and activities attest to the undying commitment of SDO Angeles City to provide service at its finest, integrity at its best, truly in an institution where resiliency and solidarity are kin. Even the unseen enemy has no way to win. Here at the Schools Division of Angeles City, we live by the principle of basta sama-sama, kaya. To God be the glory.
Mahatma Gandhi says, strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Good afternoon, school heads, teachers, learners, and stakeholders. Welcome to the second School-Based Management or SBM Congress with the theme Stronger, Better, and Marvelous Amidst this pandemic, brought to you by DepEd Angeles, Smiles Bright, Serves Right. We are virtually gathered today to recognize the efforts and best practices of schools for this year's SBM evaluation, who, despite the challenges brought upon by the pandemic, have stand their ground and ensured that the schools provide quality education and services among learners and their stakeholders. So without any further ado, may I invite everybody and join us as we implore the blessings of our Almighty Father through an opening prayer to be led by the Education Program Specialist 2 of SOCMOB, Ma'am Ana Marie Carmen M. Romero, after which please remain online for playing of the Philippine National Anthem and the SDO Angeles City Hymn.
Heavenly Father, Maker of heaven and earth, we adore you and exalt you for your kindness and mercy to us. You are the light in the darkness, our way maker, miracle worker. You are our fortress and our shield. You made our goals successful. You made our strategies work. You made us safe through your secured hands. We thank you for your everlasting love and forgiveness to us. This day, in our SBM ceremony, we give you the highest praise and honor for helping our learners, parents, teachers, administrators, and stakeholders during these challenging times. Thank you for the lives of our education frontliners, our modern day heroes who unselfishly gave their services to help our learners in the new normal. Bless them and keep them safe under the shadow of your wings. We thank you, Lord, for our education leaders, for the wisdom, guidance, and continuous motivation they gave everyone. They keep everyone move forward for the goals set before us. Today, we give back all the awards acquired through the power of unity and the positive attitude expressed in every good work. May you be blessed, O God. May you be blessed in every part of the program we're going to give you. This is our praise. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
for staying with us. Once again, welcome to our second SBM Congress with the theme Stronger, Better, and Marvelous Amidst this Pandemic, brought to you by DepEd Angeles City Smiles Bright Serves Right. And to formally start our program this afternoon, may I call on our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent to deliver her welcome remarks. Let us please welcome Dr. Fernandina O. Ochenko.
P. Yan. P ako, P na Penicilia, Sir Adrian. No? Yan. So, good afternoon po. Uh, good afternoon po. Yan. So, my greetings and respect to our beloved Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, our ESCOD Chief, Dr. Edgar Manabat, our CID OIC Chief, Dr. Josephine Figueroa. Of course, we have also our division unit heads, our uh, visitor from the central office, Sir R.G. Aquino, the SBM focal person in the central office. Of course, we have our esteemed visitor from the regional office, Sir Wendell Cabrera, the chief of the Field Technical and Assistance Division. We have our greetings also to our education program, education program supervisors and public schools district supervisors, our education specialists, and of course our school heads, our teachers, our learners, and our stakeholders, and the proponent of this program, this afternoon's program. Of course, our uh, monitoring and evaluation specialist, Sir Glenn Sarmiento, with his partner, Madam Beth po, Beth Galang. Yan. So, again po, a blessed, happy, and safe afternoon to all of you, to all of us po. No? So, the title of our webinar this afternoon is Stronger. When I get the program, it's Stronger, Better, and Marvelous SBM, or the School-Based Management Amidst Pandemic. It's a creative, no, it's a creative twist that puts action, life, and flavor to a rather serious tone of the school-based management, or the SBM. Whenever we hear words like management and leadership, these always seem to connote seriousness and deep thought. Well, not few studies showed that great ideas are born during lively discussions where anyone can be free to elevate his or her thoughts. Look at the offices of the Google, the Facebook, and other IT companies. I saw a movie which the entitled Intern, where the young when I where I saw the place of the Google, the office of the Google. Po, no? So, can someone make a study on adopting same concepts from these giants, no? Giant techs, no? Technology people, no? Offices, and see if we will improve learnings of our students? That can be a game changing, and we can discuss those things some other time, no, in the coming days. Most of you, if not all, might have encountered po, no, or have read the famous Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by nonetheless Mr. Stephen Covey. I was wondering if there are some things, or if there are in those seven habits that we can apply during these extraordinary times. I hope that you can still that you know that you have read about that book. Well, as I read the seven habits for managers, managing yourself, leading others, and the book on unleashing potential, an interesting article attracted my attention, and this can be applied to today's webinar of a stronger, better, and marvelous SBM amidst the pandemic. The article, which was written by Jim Lur and Tony Schwartz, is entitled The Making of a Corporate Athlete. According to them, to the two authors, the quality that managers seek for themselves and their employees is the sustained high performance in the midst of rapid change and ever increasing pressures. However, such performance is very elusive. They believe the contributing factor is that many managers deal with people only from neck up, connecting primarily with connective capacity. What they propose now is what? No, is the integrated approach of performance management by addressing the body, the emotions, the mind, and the spirit. We must consider the person as a whole because failure to address any of one of these, so any of the body, the emotions, the mind, and the spirit, would compromise the performance of the team. In the interest of time, I will share just with the group with you, no, ladies and gentlemen, the article for more details, but let me in the other times, so doon na lamang po. But let me just put emphasis in this from the book. Sabi niya, that to become stronger, better, and marvelous, we must manage by considering the physical capacity, the emotional capacity, the mental capacity, and the spiritual capacity. When people feel strong and resilient, they perform better with more passion and for the longer, if not for the longest duration of time. My commendation to the schools that have achieved and sustained the level SBM Level 3. Congratulations also to the schools that achieved the SBM Level 2. Congratulations to our SBM Level 3 schools and school heads who were evaluated in the regional level. Congratulations to all our dear school heads, our teachers, our learners, and of course, our stakeholders. We will be watching all the best practices as we all know in this afternoon's program. I welcome you all to the division of Angeles City's second virtual SBM Congress. Muli, isa pong mapagpala, isang masaya at ligtas na araw po sa ating lahat. Marami pong salamat.
There you go. Thank you so much for the warm and insightful welcome, Dr. Fernandina P. Ochenko. Ayan, ASDS po ng DepEd Angeles City. Thank you so much po, ma'am. And let us proceed po to the next part of our program, which is the presentation of the program objectives, which shall be delivered by the Chief of Schools Governance and Operations Division. Let us please welcome online Dr. Edgar L. Manabat. Good afternoon po, sir.
My respect and special greetings to our school's division superintendent, Dr. Marie Irene P. Tamayo, to our assistant schools division superintendent, Dr. Fernandina P. Ochenko, to the OIC chief in the CID, Dr. Josephine Figueroa, fellow supervisors, fellow school heads, fellow teachers, ladies and gentlemen, a blessed afternoon. School-based management is a practice to improve education by transferring important decision-making authority to individual schools. It offers principals, teachers, students, and parents greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decisions about the budget, personnel, and the curriculum. Through the engagement and commitment of teachers, parents, and other community members in these key decisions, school-based management can create more effective learning environments for the children. Therefore, school-based management should be school-based, student-centered, and quality-focused practice that gives schools an enhanced flexibility and autonomy in managing their own operation and resources according to the needs of their students, and empowers the school heads to lead their teachers and students to reforms which leads to higher learning outcomes. To prove that school-based management is efficiently and effectively implemented in the schools division of Angeles City, primarily the objectives of the second SBM Congress are: first, showcase the success stories of select schools in SBM in times of pandemic. Second, appreciate the achievement and relentless efforts of the schools in implementing SBM despite the challenges and uncertainties. And third, recognize the SBM best implementing schools for the school year 2020-2021 with the top 5 elementary and secondary schools successfully validated by the regional office. With that, make this day productive and make the most out of this activity. Again, a blessed afternoon.
There you go. Thank you so much, Dr. Edgar L. Manaba, Chief SGOD po ng DepEd Angeles City for that program objectives. So let us keep the ball rolling. And at this juncture, let us now proceed to our plenary session in which our order of business would be first the SBM highlights in achieving school effectiveness in SDO Angeles City, as well as the presentation of SBM level of practice. After that, it shall be followed by the two SBM talks from the regional and central offices. And so, to first deliver his talk in the plenary session, may I call on the Division SBM Coordinator and the Senior Education Program Specialist of School Management, Monitoring, and Evaluation. Let us please welcome Sir Glenn Sarmiento. Sir Glenn.
My respect to our STS, Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, our ASDS, Dr. Fernandina E. Ochenko, our SGOD Chief, Dr. Edgar L. Manaba, our OIC CID Chief, Dr. Josephine Figueroa, to all our colleagues in the Division Office, guests from the Regional and Central Office, and of course to our dear school heads, teachers, and other school stakeholders, both internal and external, a blessed afternoon to all of you. Today marks our 5th year of celebrating and appreciating the relentless effort of our schools in their implementation of school-based management since the rationalization program started in 2015. As we celebrate this momentous event, I just would like to share with you our journey on how we were able to achieve our desired goal in the past years. Our journey towards the best, the vision, best and excellent in SBM transformation. This picture depicts how our humble SBM journey started in school year 2016-2017, when majority of our schools are in SBM Level 1 and Level 2. We planned on how we can improve them to reach our target. We took the challenge of answering the question, what needs to happen to go from here to there? For the past 5 years, different initiatives and PBAs were implemented coupled with ground and relevant provision of technical assistance per employee to achieve that goal. Now, let us have a glimpse of the journey that we had from the past 5 years of SBM implementation in the division of Angeles City. What are the significant events and activities as well as initiatives that contributed towards achieving school effectiveness? In school year 2016-2017, we implemented the school-to-school partnership wherein high-performing schools shared their best practices and helped other schools improve their school performance. In school year 2017-2018, we integrated the results of the ORV in English and Filipino, as well as the numeracy to put premium on the learning outcomes. That same school year, we also started using our standard SBM self-assessment tool anchored on the DO number 83 Series 2012 or the guidelines on the revised SBM framework assessment and tool. For school year 2018-2019, we sustained the integration of ORV and numeracy results because of the absence of NAT results. Aside from this, the institutionalization of our online SMEPA tool was introduced and implemented regularly to strengthen the systems and processes relative to effective implementation of SBM. Meanwhile, in school year 2019-2020, SDO Angeles City conducted its first SBM Congress. The activity aims not only to appreciate through the provision of awards and cash incentives the best implementing schools, but also to give inputs and insights regarding SBM trends and guidelines given by the invited central office and regional office leaders. And last school year, we, along with the rest of the world, experienced an unprecedented change in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Among the many adjustments to our lifestyle, our delivery of learning also shifted from face-to-face to remote learning amid social distancing guidelines. We do not have any choice but to embrace these changes. As part of the adjustment, DepEd Angeles City adopted RM 133 Series 2021 or the implementation guidelines on the validation processes of SBM level of practice per DO 83 Series 2012 by contextualizing a division guidelines which focus on the conduct of online validation of SBM level of practice. And just this month, despite the pandemic, our top 5 elementary and secondary schools were validated successfully for the first time by the regional office, and positive feedback and commendations were given by the validators. This coming November, they will be awarded in the regional SBM Congress. The success of this journey and all these initiatives were made into fruition because of your unyielding efforts despite the uncertainties and challenges. That's why our theme for this year SBM Congress, Stronger, Better, and Marvelous SBM amidst pandemic, really reflects all your sacrifices and unwavering contributions, our dear school stakeholders. Meanwhile, this slide shows the development of the SBM level of practice from school year 2016-2017 up to school year 2020-2021. As observed, yearly, our schools are improving. As the level 1 decreases, level 2 and level 3 increases. From 17 level 1, now we do not have level 1 school. From 32 level 2 last SY 2016-2017, now there are only 21 schools that remain level 2. And from only 2 level 3 schools, now we already have 32 schools with level 3 SBM practice. We are happy to announce also that the target 25% increase in the number of schools with improved SBM level of practice of our SDS in her OPCRF was achieved. Here is the analysis of SBM for school year 2020-2021. As you can see, the number of schools that have improved from level 1 to level 2 is 0 since we do not have level 1 school last school year. Then, the number of schools that have improved from level 2 to level 3 are 18 schools, a 34% increase in the number of schools with improved SBM level of practice. However, the number of schools that have retrograded are 5. Meanwhile, the number of schools that have remained in their level are the following. 16 schools remain in level 2 and 14 schools remain in level 3. And here is the list of SBM level of practice of the 53 schools from school year 2016-2017 up to school year 2020-2021. Our race forward this coming school year, here are the following division-initiated activities related to the implementation of SBM. First, the dissemination of the findings, recommendations, and commendations will begin on Monday through the Records Office with your SBM certificates. Second, schools will be required to submit an action plan to address and implement the SBM team's recommendations. And lastly, continuous provision of TA will be given to help you in sustaining and leveling up your SBM practice through the series of consultations, feedbacking, orientation, training, and etc. As Arthur Ashe once said, success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome. Today, more than the achievements and awards that you will be receiving, what we celebrate the most is the journey that we had as we implement SBM in our respective schools amidst uncertainties. The experiences, the challenges and difficulties, the bonds that we built among our team members, and the learnings that we have gained throughout the process matter a lot. Congratulations to all of you. God bless and keep safe.
There you go, Sir Glenn Sarmiento, ang ating pong Division SBM Coordinator for DepEd Angeles City for that very insightful report po and presentation. So, all right, let us proceed po to the next topic, SBM Talk, which shall be presented by the Chief of Field Technical Assistance Division of DepEd Region 3. Let us please welcome Dr. Wendell C. Cabrera, to be followed by the SBM Talk of the DepEd Central Office SBM Focal Person, none other than Sir Raymond Jason Aquino. Please stand by po.
My respect to the school's division superintendent, Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, our assistant schools division superintendent, Dr. Fernandina P. Ochenko, the division chiefs, education supervisors, ESDSS, school heads, teachers, and all stakeholders, a pleasant day to all. It is with great honor to be with you in this very significant event during your second SBM Congress with the theme Stronger, Better, and Marvelous SBM amidst the pandemic. Your theme is a call for action for us to continuously improve on our level of SBM practices and as education leaders to adapt to the very volatile situation we are all experiencing. This light, let me share some thoughts for all of us to reflect on. As school leaders, how do we lead in these times of crisis? How can we ensure education to continue? Leading through uncertainty can be daunting. There are no easy solutions and often no clear paths to follow. Uncertainty would differentiate effective leaders from the rest of the crowd. Effective school leaders deal with the immediate while remaining focused on the future in achieving the best possible teaching and learning environment and outcomes for students. What is required is a proactive, inclusive, and transparent approach that does not downplay information or delay a response. This is according to Kersey and Edmondson 2020 in their research conducted. Leading through complexity requires working together to draw on the collective wisdom of the group to find solutions to the challenges presented. A collective approach to leadership is essential for the sustainability and well-being of leaders, teachers, schools, and the broader educational system. Hence, it increases the school's capacity to respond intelligently to the many and complex challenges it faces. School heads are at the heart of the education system, connecting education authorities, teachers, students, and communities. Like in our own bodies, when the heart fails, the entire system breaks down. Hence, the role of the school heads is crucial in ensuring that education continues in these times of the pandemic. Finally, extraordinary times present many challenges, but they also afford opportunities for learning and growth. And in this way, SBM is particularly relevant at this time when decision makers have to assess and determine the situation on the ground in their areas of jurisdiction to be able to come up with mechanisms and strategies appropriate to the context of their schools, empowering our school heads and teachers and allowing other stakeholders to participate in decision making is not only wise but crucial. Better, stronger, and marvelous SBM, whether in times of pandemic or not, can only happen with strong leadership that builds a culture of collaboration, cooperation, and engagement. Thank you, everyone, and happy SBM journey.
Hello, SDO Angeles City. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon po sa ating mga participants, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga school heads at sa atin din po mga school stakeholders. Ano po? Ako po si RJ Aquino. Ako po ang inyong lingkod na galing po sa BHROD, School Effectiveness Division. At ako po ay natutuwa at nagpapasalamat na naimbitahan po ang aming opisina upang makapagbahagi po ng mga bagay-bagay tungkol po sa SBM. Ano po? Especially na meron po tayo ngayong tinitignan na transitioning into the new normal kasi may pinagdadaanan po tayong extraordinary na sitwasyon, ano po, yung pandemic. So, moving straight forward sa atin pong dapat talakayin o yung pong mga bagay-bagay na nais ko pong ipahagi sa inyo, susubukan po nating sagutin ano ho ba ang SBM? Ano ho ba, lalo na't nagdadaan nga po tayo o pinagdaraanan po natin ang isang pandemic. Meron bang nabago? Meron bang hindi na applicable? So paano po ba? Ano po? Marahil ay naitanong nyo na rin po yan sa inyo pong sarili. So sa ganong pamamaraan ko rin po, ibabahagi yung aking pong mga naintindihan, yung aking pong mga na-appreciate about SBM because we are undergoing a crisis. So questions po in the form of questions, and then there are attempts to answer these questions. Ganun po natin siya titignan. Ano po. So without further delay, sige po, ito po ang first question. What? What is SBM? Alam niyo po yung SBM, even prior to this pandemic, maganda po na nakita po natin siya in such a way na binibigyan po ng SBM ng buhay yung atin pong mga policy requirements. Especially yung mga bumababa po at the school level. Ito pong mga policy requirements na ito po yung sinasabi sa atin bilang mga eskwelahan na o dapat ganapan po ninyo iyan ha. Yan po yung mga dapat ay nangyayari at naisa sa katuparan sa mga paaralan, sa mga school communities. Yun po yung mga policy requirements. Ang ginagawa ho ng SBM ay tinatranslate po ng SBM itong mga policy requirements na ito into effective practices and efficient processes. So biliwin niyo po, no? Kung nung bago magkaroon ng pandemic, ganito na po yung pagtingin natin sa SBM, ibig po sabihin ay in our everyday, napapractice po natin iyon. In our everyday, na-o-observe po natin iyon. At kung religiously ginagawa po natin yun, unti-unti, nabubuo po ang isang magandang way of life. Nabubuo po ang isang beneficial, meritorious way of life. Kasi po, if consistently we are establishing effective practices, if we are establishing efficient processes, then we are giving roots, steady, long, and strong roots to this so-called culture of excellence. Ano po? So imagine niyo po na kung noong wala pang pandemic ay gano'n na po yung ating ginagawa, ngayon kung may pandemic, dapat maipagpatuloy lang po natin kung ano na po yung na-establish natin na way of life, kung ano na po yung sinusubukan nating pagtibayin na culture of excellence. So yung mga policy requirements na particularly idinagdag po kasi ho nagka-pandemic, nagbaba po ng mga additional and supplemental guidelines ang central office. Ito pong mga ito, ita-translate lang din po natin sila into effective practices and efficient processes. So ang ibig sabihin, patuloy lang po nating pinagtitibay yung way of life na sinasabi po natin at patuloy lang po nating pinapalakas yung ugat ng ating pong culture of excellence. In addition to this, yun pong SBM, ito po ay isang foundation, ano po, it is a constant, impartial, and equitable foundation for our schools to continuously self-improve. Constant po ang SBM kasi nga po, magbago man ang panahon, magbago man ang sitwasyon, parehas pa rin po dapat ang appreciation natin sa SBM. Kasi ho, yung way of life, magbago man ang panahon, magbago man po ang sitwasyon, kung ano po yung way of life nyo, I'm pretty much sure ganun at ganun pa rin po yung inyong mga pang-araw-araw. Yes, magkakaroon po yan ng kaunting mga modification, pero at its very core, ganun pa rin po ang inyong pong way of life. Kung nung wala pa hong pandemic, excellent na po kayo, ganun na po yung pang-araw-araw nyo. Ngayon hong may pandemic, hindi ho malaking usapin ho yan. Automatic po, no, na excellent pa rin po kayo kasi nakasanayan na po eh. Nakasanayan, naging normal, naging natural, naging automatic na parte po ng ating araw-araw yung effective practices, yung efficient processes. So itinutuloy lang po, no? Itinutuloy lang po base sa mga karagdagan din pong mga policy requirements na ibinigay nga po ng ating central office. Impartial kasi wala hong pinapanigan na special, no, ang SBM, no, at equitable, no, impartial and equitable regardless of your context, your background, no, as a school, as a community. Hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na mas applicable ang SBM sa isang kultura compared to another culture. Hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na mas applicable ang SBM, mas advantageous po para sa isang big school ang SBM compared sa isang small school. Hindi po ganun ang sinasabi ko ng school-based management. Kasi yung essence din po ng continuous self-improvement, impartial po yan eh. Wala ho yang pinapanigan na special, no. Ang continuous self-improvement ay para po sa lahat. Ano po? And lastly, to answer the question, what SBM is actually a gateway to school effectiveness. Ano po? SBM provides a preparation stage or a preparatory phase po ito ng mga schools para mag-transition po sila from where they are right now or from where you are right now into becoming effective organization, no? Kasi nga po nakaugat doon sa pagpapalalim ng effective practices and efficient processes. So yun po, no, yun po yung ating sagot sa what. Sana po ay na-appreciate po ninyo. Ano po? I-transition po natin doon sa susunod na question. Where? Saan? Saan po natin dapat ino-observe ang SBM? We should observe SBM in our everyday, no? Because wherever we are situated in our everyday, doon din po natin makikita ang kabuluhan ng school-based management. It is at the heart of our current situation. Ano ho ba yung current situation natin? That our places, no, wherever we are affected by the pandemic. So SBM is placed where we are. It is placed in our environment which is affected by this pandemic. It is placed where it is needed the most. Ano ho bang kailangan natin sa panahong ito? Kailangan natin ng isang matibay, no? Isang constant foundation, isang impartial foundation, isang equitable foundation. Ano po ito? Yung SBM. So doon po tayo kumapit sa SBM. Lalong-lalo na po ngayong may krisis tayong kinahaharap. Ano po? Ayun lang din po yung ibig nating sabihin kapag sinasagot po natin yung tanong na where, saan po natin na re-realize, saan po natin na o-observe at na ipapractice ang school-based management sa atin pong kinalalagyan. Ano po? Yun po. Where? So what? Where? Tingnan po natin yung pangatlo. Ano po? When? Kailan? At all times. At all times po natin dapat pinapractice yung SBM kasi consistency po yung ine-establish po natin dito. Hindi po magkakaugat yung culture of excellence, hindi po mapapagtibay yung way of life kung magkakaroon po tayo ng mga significant stops or pauses, no? Hindi naman po porket na bigla po tayo lahat ng pandemic, pagpapahingahin din po natin yung pag-observe ng SBM. Lalo na pong dapat ay maging makabuluhan sa atin ng SBM. Ano po? Alam niyo po, some time ago, yung isa ko hong kaibigan, medyo malalim ho, no? Medyo serious yung pinag-uusapan namin nung panahon na yun, na ibahagi niya po sa akin. Sabi niya, RJ, alam mo, yung character ng isang tao, hindi yan nade-determine, hindi yan nasusubok sa panahon na magaan. Ano po? Nasusubok yan, sabi po ng kaibigan ko, nasusubok yan sa panahon na mahirap ang sitwasyon. Na-appreciate ko po yung sinabi ng aking kaibigan at nakikita ko nga po na parang ganun din dapat yung pagtingin natin sa SBM. No? SBM becomes more relevant to us during hard times. Kasi po it is during the hard times when our true character as an organization is tested. No? Hindi po dito po sa panahon ng pandemya natin matetest talaga kung gano'n na po kalalim nagkaugat yung ating pong culture of excellence. Gano'n na po kalalim na-establish yung ating way of life, yung ating pong mga effective processes, yung mga effective practices and efficient processes. Ano po. So, again po, no, mga sir, mga ma'am, hindi po madalian, hindi po biglaan yung ating pong pagpapatibay ng SBM sa ating pong mga school communities. Ituloy po natin kasi mukhang nabibigyan ko na po ng introduction yung susunod na tanong. Ano po? How do we practice SBM? So, ituloy ko po yung huli kong statement kanina. Hindi ho madalian, hindi ho minamadali, no? Hindi ho shortcut ang pag-institutionalize ng SBM. It is gradually established. Ano po? Yung pong effective practices and efficient processes, they must be religiously observed, religiously implemented para po yung sinasabi nating way of life maging matatag, para po yung sinasabi nating culture of excellence maging totoo, hindi po hilaw, maging solido, At itong SBM, inaalagaan po ito, hinuhubog, pinagtitibay. At paano po natin ito huhubugin? Paano po ito ipinagtitibay? Schools should practice self-reflection, self-management, self-assessment. Yun lang pong makita natin yung sarili natin ngayon na mas magaling nung tayo ay nandun sa ating kahapon. No? If we can always see our today better than our yesterday, ito po ay this is already a form of self-reflection. No? Kasi kung ano man po yung nasabi natin na dapat ganito ako ngayon kasi kahapon medyo ganito pa ako. No? If we always see ourselves like that, then gradually we strengthen that continuous self-improvement amidst us. Ngayon din pong panahon ng pandemic, sana ma-maximize po natin yung importansya, yung gamit ng SBM self-assessment tool. No? Hindi lang po siya importante, hindi lang po siya meaningful kapag i-validate na po tayo, kapag nanghingi na ho tayo ng formal technical assistance. Sana po in our everyday, lalong-lalo na po na may pandemic, sana po mas ma-exhaust po natin yung gamit ng ating SBM self-assessment tool. No? Kasi mahalaga rin po na naibabangga po natin yung ating sarili doon po sa mga principles, doon po sa mga standards, sa mga indicators na gagabay po sa atin. No? Gagabay po. Nasa tamang direksyon pa ba ako? Ako ba ay araw-araw pa talagang nag-i-improve or nagiging stagnant na po ako? Yun po, no? Yun po yung ipino-provide po sa atin ng SBM, self-assessment tool. One to sawa po ang gamit dyan, no? Hindi po kailangan laging formal yung pagtingin natin, no? Yung pag meron ng validation, pag meron lang pong ibibigay na formal technical assistance, kahit po in an informal way, tignan po natin siya, no? I-appreciate po natin yung importansya ng sinasubject po natin yung sarili natin sa self-assessment. At ito po walang judgment, no judgment. Kaya nga po siya self-assessment. No? Ang benchmark mo po ay ang iyong sarili. Ano po? Ang benchmark mo po ay kung saan ka nang gagaling kahapon para po yung bukas mo na magiging ngayon ay mas mabuti kaysa kung ano ka po kahapon. So, ganun po. No? How? How? Yun po. It has to be gradual. It has to be nurtured. Ano po? It has to be in a nurturing manner. Lastly, why? Bakit po tayo nag-SPM? Dalawang importanteng kadahilanan po. Una po sa lahat, nabanggit ko na, it is only through SBM that schools will be able to transform themselves to become effective organization. Ano po? There's no other way. Kasi ho, prerequisite ng effectiveness ang school-based management. Ano po? Ito nga po muli ay yung preparatory stage. So dito ho nahuhubog, dito ho nabubuo, dito ho napagtitibay yung way of life, yung culture of excellence. Kasi ho, meron tayong sinabi na ibibigay po natin sa ating mga learners, which they really deserve, no? Yung quality, excuse me po, yung quality basic education. Actually, maganda rin pong i-appreciate na ito hong ating SBM ay anchored po, no, sa DepEd vision, mission, and core values. Kung susumahin din po kasi yung ibig sabihin ng DepEd VMVs, ito rin po yung ibig niyang sabihin, yung dalawa pong bullet points na nakikita niyo po ngayon sa pagsagot ng katanungan why. So, rest assured na tayo ho ay may magandang tinatahak. Ano po? Kung tayo po ay magpa-practice, mag-observe ng school-based management. And with that po, no, as a final note, ako ho ay magbabahagi lang ng isang magandang content, no, isang magandang content na akin pong napasadahan nung nag-aaral-aral po ako tungkol sa school-based management. Sabi po, a school can only be effective if it is committed to take responsibility for its actions and not simply reporting its outputs and achievements. So, my dear sirs and madams, balikan po natin yung kanina ko kung nabanggit na po. Kung religiously, nakikita po natin yung sarili natin na kaya po natin gawing mas maganda, mas maigi, mas mabuti yung ating ngayon kaysa sa kahapon, we can see ourselves better each day compared to our yesterday. And that is already a very concrete manifestation or testament to our taking on that responsibility and even accountability for our actions. Kasi nga po, nilalayon natin na tayo ay mag-transform unti-unti, na tayo po ay maging effective organizations. Nang sa gayon, hindi po natin, nang sa gayon, masisigurado po natin na sustainable yung ating pag-deliver ng mga education services, pag-deliver ng quality basic education. So with that po, my dear sirs and madams, muli po maraming salamat. Ako po ay sumasaludo sa inyo at nagko-congratulate sa inyo pong commitment, sa inyo pong dedication. Talaga naman pong kayo po na nasa school ang humaharap sa lahat po ng mga pagsubok. Kaya po kayo talaga ay mga bayani. Maraming salamat po. At hindi ko kayo nag-give up kahit po mahirap po ang ating sitwasyon. At sana po, no, Sana po ay patuloy kayong maging malakas at maging matatag. God bless you po. God bless po sa inyong lahat. And in behalf of my chief, Sir Dexter Pante, and my assistant chief, Ma'am Rowena de la Cruz, maraming salamat po. Mag-email lang po kayo sa amin. Kontakin nyo lang po kami kung kayo po ay may mga nais pong idulog tungkol po sa SBM. Sige po, until next time.
There you go. Thank you so much for these encouraging and insightful sharings, Dr. Wendell Cabrera of FTAD DepEd Region 3 and Sir Raymond Jason Aquino of DepEd Central Office, the SBM focal person. We do hope that all of us was able to capture very wonderful insights and pieces of information regarding SBM. All right, so let's go and proceed to the another highlight of our second SBM Congress for this school year, which is the presentation of the SBM success stories amidst this pandemic of the top 5 elementary and secondary schools. So please stand by for their audio visual presentation.
Magandang buhay! I am Nicolas Contreras, the head teacher OIC of Air Force City Elementary School. Welcome to our humble school. The school firmly believes and upholds in its guiding principles: faith, discipline, excellence. Air Force City Elementary School is a unique and diverse school in the division of Angeles City that caters mostly to the dependents of men and women of the Philippine Air Force. For this academic year, the school has a total of 416 enrollees, and with 13 highly competent and committed teachers, and through the guidance and support of our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Fernandina P. Ochenko, and our Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Agnes G. Manaba. This school also committed to strengthening its community linkages and stakeholders' involvement to realize its various programs, projects, and activities to better serve our learners. I am proud to introduce to you the composition of the dynamic and responsible school-based management team of Air Force City Elementary School. The SBM Coordinator, Ma'am Aina Nukok. Leadership and Governance, Principal Leader, Sir Angelito Garcia. Member, Sir Raymond Torres. Curriculum and Instruction, Principal Leader, Ma'am Charmaine Mijares. Members, Ma'am Zenaida Paginto, Ma'am Venice Bermudo, and Ma'am Bianca Caragyan. Accountability and Continuous Improvement, Principal Leader, Ma'am Justin Rafael. Members, Ma'am Ana Clarissa Dizon, Sir Francis Espeleta. Management of Resources, Principal Leader, Ma'am Helen Carolino. Members, Ma'am Maria Cristina Soto, Ma'am Tracy Lee Karuskay, and Ma'am Mary Grace Kabuyaw. Witness the accomplishment and best practices of Air Force City Elementary School.
reason why I use mindful, it's because there's a difference between 2019's approach in parenting and last year tsaka this year's parenting. And that is a given fact po because of the dynamics, no? Yung paradigm shift na nangyari sa atin brought by COVID-19. Just a
Ensure learners' preparedness to acquire the skills necessary for success in the next grade level. Hanggang second quarter, wala pang naitalang mga bata na hindi sumasali sa mga gawain sa klase. Ang mga batang nahihirapan sa pakikilahok sa mga gawain, sinisiguro ng mga guro na may home visitation upang matulungan sila sa kanilang mga suliranin sa pag-aaral. Patuloy din ang mga reading at numeracy intervention upang masiguro na wala ng non-readers at non-numerates sa pagtatapos ng klase. Ginagamit ang Google Meet at Microsoft Teams para sa mga online interactions. Gumagamit din ang mga guro ng iba't ibang game-based apps gaya ng Kahoot, Mentimeter, at iba pa upang mas aktibo ang partisipasyon ng mga mag-aaral sa mga gawain.
Magkasama.
Magkasama. Ang sinasabi nito ay
Magkasama.
Sabihin nyo nga.
Magkasama.
Ka.
Ma.
Kama.
Kama.
Ang sinasabi nito ay
Kama.
Sabihin nyo nga.
Kama.
will be no worthwhile accomplishment without thoughtful planning and implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, Clementes at a glance and best practices. Teamwork makes the dream work. Clementes, being awarded as SBM Best Implementing School Large School category for 2 consecutive years, proves that teamwork is the linchpin in our long-term success. Clementes Family. Ancillary Rooms. Mathematics Laboratory. Science Laboratory. Computer Laboratory. Clementes School Learning Resource Center. Clinic. Best practices. Programs and projects. Project Dream. Developing reading efficiency to achieve mastery. One of the major concerns that we prioritize in our school is our problem with our struggling readers. Hence, Project Dream was launched to address this problem. Project Math Aim. Matrix of activities targeting high achievement in math. Numeracy is important for learners to develop logical thinking and reasoning strategies that they can use in their day-to-day activities. Project Math Aim adheres to decrease the number of non-numeric learners of Clementes. Project QA. Quality assurance of learners' activity sheets. Quality learning materials equates quality learning outcomes. Project QA targets to produce quality assured learning materials that can address the learner's needs. Project SAVE. Sustain the attendance of vulnerable elementary learners. Project SAVE aims to provide intervention strategies and programs to strengthen learners' desire to remain in school and decrease the number of learners who are at risk at dropping out. Project Child. Children heartily influences other learners on discipline. In support of our DepEd mission, which is to provide safe and motivating environment among our learners, Project Child targets to decrease, if not eradicate, the presence of bullying cases in our school. Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. Memo for the meeting of stakeholders. Identifying priority improvement area. Identifying LCP objectives and crafting and finalization of the LCP. Meeting with SK Chairman. In Clementes, SBM means Saup-saup bang magtagumpe? Clementes!
Welcome to the home of the cutting-edge leaders, values-driven learners who are committed for excellence to achieve success. This is Leoncia Village Elementary School.
It was established in 1973. Leoncia Village Elementary School has a school ID 1056 headed by their OIC school head teacher 1, Mr. Lucky Paul M. David, with 9 teaching personnel, 3 non-teaching personnel, and 206 enrolled learners.
In response and support to address the changes and challenges that the Philippine educational system faces today, which is brought about by the prevailing pandemic, Leoncia Village Elementary School become resilient and adaptive. Leoncia Village Elementary School rise above the new normal education into a remarkable school year by being motivated, grateful, and healthy. All because we are #Braveheart in the new normal. Leoncia Village Elementary School, together its school planning team, crafted and contextualized Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan or BELCP that is strategically designed to ensure the delivery of quality, accessible, liberating, relevant, and inclusive basic education. This BELCP is presented and quarterly reviewed by the internal and external stakeholders. School Annual Improvement Plan or AIP was realigned in the new normal education to address the priority improvement areas of the school. Even though we are the smallest school in the school division of Angeles City, we continue to learn. We continue to grow. And we continue to serve. Our purpose is to serve our learners. We smiles right, serves right. Service at its finest, integrity at its best. Accountability is the glue that binds commitment to results. Indeed, it takes a village to educate a child. With the collective efforts of the internal and external stakeholders, Leoncia Village Elementary School able to soar high and shine as we embody our mantra, #Braveheart sa bagong normal, so we can better serve our stakeholders. Again, Leoncia Village Elementary School is committed to strengthen the principles of school-based management, shared leadership, shared governance, shared responsibility, and shared accountability.
May Kenny at malaos kayo po kay Santa Maria Elementary School.
Santa Maria Elementary School was established in the year 1981, considered as largest school and one of the 4 public elementary schools situated at Barangay Balibago, Angeles City. Currently, the school has 956 learners from kindergarten, primary, and intermediate level. Aside from the regular classes, the school also offered madrasa education program for Muslim learners. Furthermore, the school has 34 competent teachers, 1 administrative officer, and 2 utility personnel. The school has 22 instructional rooms and 2 ancillary rooms built within the 1,875 total land area.
Here at Santa Maria Elementary School, we encourage our teachers, pupils, parents, and education partners to practice 4 C's, namely connect, collaborate, commit, and create. This is to deliver the best services needed by our students for them to attain their maximum potentials.
Please allow me to share how we concretize the dimensions and principles in the SBM
through the implementation of 5 flagship projects encapsulated in the Enhanced School Improvement Plan and Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan that aim to strengthen and calibrate the overall performance of the school in terms of access, quality, and efficiency.
Project Compre aims to improve the reading proficiency of the identified non-readers in Filipino and English. It was reported during first quarter of the school year that there were 91 non-readers in Filipino and 123 non-readers in English. ESME's current data, as reflected in SMEA, reveals 0 non-readers in Filipino and English. This project serves substantial assistance for the realization of that result. Project STAR seeks to achieve 100% promotional rate in all grade levels. ESMES is proud to report that we have 0 failed learners up to this very moment. The effectivity of this project is a manifestation of this result. It was reported during first quarter that there were 65 learners evaluated as non-numerates. The very purpose of Project MDAS is to exterminate non-numerate learners. With pride and honor, ESMES data shows 0 non-numerates up to this date. Rain Rain Drop Away project was designed to eliminate learners at risk of dropping out. It was reported during first quarter that there were 21 learners under at risk or no longer participating. This project stands firm to address this issue, and we are very pleased and delighted to report that currently ESMES data shows 0 dropout. Project BEST was crafted to maximize the potential of ESMES teachers and keep them updated through INSET, LAC, or webinars for professional development, as ESMES teachers believe that it is necessary to do things right and it's essential to do the right things. From ESMES teachers, Ambag sa mag-aaral sa paaralan. This project is a provision of school supplies and numeracy materials instigated by faculty club officers supported by the ESMES teaching force and the school head. From the parents' initiatives, the GPTA assisted a school-based feeding program addressing the identified learners considered as wasted and severely wasted. Project OMG, or Organic Fertilizer Making for the Gulayan, and Project Kindness, supporting and donating school supplies for the ESMES Project Reach. From ESMES learners, SPG Project Spell, or Supporting Pupils' Engagement in Lifelong Learning, undertaken Project Dasal and Project Serve, sharing of expertise, resources, and valuables towards excellence.
Collective leadership and governance, community-based learning, accountability for performance and results, and convergence to harness resources in education are our core principles that serves as our solid ground in everything that we do. Here at Santa Maria Elementary School, we carry out decisions and actions based on these principles. Dahil kami ay naniniwala na kapag ang paaralan ay may kalidad na serbisyo, si bata at ang bayan ang mananalo.
Angeles City National High School was established in 1970 and it is considered as one of the oldest public high schools in the city, with more than 6,000 enrollees for school year 2020-2021, both in the senior and junior high school. Also, ACNHS has 8 head teachers, 12 non-teaching personnel, 27 master teachers, and 194 teachers. With its noble tagline, passionate for learners, molders, observant leaders, this is Mrs. Amelita L. Pineda, School Principal 2, humbly presents the 3-year accomplishment report of our school. For school year 2018 to 2020, the following projects were accomplished: I Am Smart, Project SS, School Siguradong Safe, Project God, Enhance Last 2 Minutes, Project E, E-Read, E-Understand, and E-Comprehend, Project Hard, Project Guro, Galing, Tuliran, Runong at Cobra, Project Mars, Maintain, Acquire, Renovate, Save, Project Sinop Gamit, Project Gawi, Project Leap, Batang STE, Project Thumb Lunch, Project Source, Balik Sigla sa Gulayan sa Paaralan, and I Love Math. For school year 2020-2021, the following projects were accomplished: Oplan Sagip Bata, accomplished with intervention and alternative solutions, Project Sanay, Skills, Abilities, Nurturing Activities for the Youth, with the following webinars: Project Virtual Science Camp, Leadership Webinar for SSG, Project PS Brown, Public Speaking, Broadcasting, and Writing News, Reproduction of e-Newsletter, Project Enhanced Journalism, Project SLRCU, School Learning Resource Center, Utilization of Distribution of Books, Learning Management System through Google Drive, Project Math, Medical Assistance Training for Teachers, Project Enhance, Gabay sa Oras ng Dalangin, Project SG, Segregate to Generate. Also, the Bantay Gabay Project, which is constant monitoring of school safety protocols through contact tracing, temperature check, number tag during retrieval and distribution of modules, ID, log in and log out, and feedback forms. Sa Project KKK, Kariton ng Karunungan, tungo sa kalinangan ng kultura sa pagbabasa sa panahon ng pandemya. We also have projects in the conduct of school research webinar series for the Project Power of Skilling and Reskilling the Master Teachers of ACNHS on Research. Another is the Project I, Technology Integration Enhancement, Upskilling Webinar on Technology Integration Enhancement. The Project ARMS, Acquire, Renovate, Maintain, Save. Project C, Strategic Intervention Materials, Alternative to Teachers Made Video Lesson. Project READ, Reading Effectively and Developmentally, and Project Intensive Reading Intervention of Non-Readers in New Normal or Project IREAD. The Project Kasikanan, Kumustahan, is a psychological support service webinar series conducted once a week throughout the school year in partnership with Unilab Foundation and the celebration of Virtual Stakeholders Recognition Day. Masasalamat at pamagkilala karimbayong bayani ng henerasyon. Our senior high school, under the leadership of Mrs. Leonora C. Agustin, may I also present their essential projects and programs for school year 2018 to 2021. Project Source, Standard Operation for Uniformity, Research, and Creative Engagement. Project SAVE, School Activities Valuing Eradication of Disasters. Project Guide, geared towards the understanding of students, individual differences, and other youth endeavors. Project Mars, Maintain, Acquire, Renovate, Save. Project Deploy, about immersion. Project Certified, to assess competent students for NC2. Project Think Math, Throw Off Hindrances, and Immerse. Project Vessel, Volunteerism, Empowerment among Student Servants towards excellent leadership, with the collaboration of our leaders, sharing of knowledge and expertise, and the spirit of bayanihan education continues. Through SBM, schools are forced to become more responsive to the needs of learners through the presence of parents and community members in decision-making and collaboration. The significant role of the local government in making the delivery of learning possible to all our learners with the unselfish and valuable supports of our leaders in the Department of Education, the Regional Office, and the Schools Division Office of Angeles City, we were able to deliver quality education to our ECNHS community, recognizes and commends our SBM coordinator, SMEA committee and coordinator, ICT and creative team and coordinator, and principal leaders and members for their valuable contribution, devotion, and commitment to achieve our vision and dream for our learners and for our beloved school. Dakal pong salamat, magrasyang aldo po, kaya kadamuan.
Pilipinas! Oras na ng balitaan ngayong araw.
Sulong edukalidad. Iyan ang battle cry ng DepEd na siyang nagbibigay ng alab sa damdamin ng mga guro, administrasyon at bawat kawani ng paaralan upang magpatuloy sa paghatid ng mga most essential learning competencies sa bawat mag-aaral.
Matagumpay at madali ang pagsasagawa at pagpapatupad ng iba't ibang learning modalities para sa mga mag-aaral tulad ng modular at online learning. Ang mga mag-aaral mula grade 7 to 10 ng junior high at grade 11 to 12 ng senior high school ay nagpakita ng kamangha-manghang pagsisikap at magandang resulta. Ito ay makikita mula sa Aksay Students English and Filipino Reading Levels and Achievement Rate. Ang pagsasakatuparan naman ng mga layunin ng Aksay ay nakaugat at nakabase mula sa taon ng implementation plan at isip na dinaluhan ng mga coordinator ng bawat grade level at paaralan, mga kinatawan mula sa Supreme Student Government, MPTA at barangay sa panahon ng pag-roll out. Bukod pa riyan ay nakatanggap rin ng iba't ibang parangal ang mga guro at mga mag-aaral sa larangan ng agham at pananaliksik.
Nagkaroon ng kabi-kabilang webinars upang mahasa at masanay ang mga guro sa mga bagong kasangkapan at pamamaraan sa pagtuturo gamit ang modernong teknolohiya. Kasama sa mga webinars ay ang diskarte kung paano ihahalo ang gamification sa mga aralin at ang paggamit ng Google Classroom at Microsoft Teams. Ang maayos sa transisyon ng mga klase patungong new normal sa Aksay ay sinuportahan din ng napakalawak at hindi matitinag na pagsisikap ng Schools Division ng lungsod ng Angeles sa pamamagitan ng mga sunod-sunod na webinar na dinaluhan ng mga guro at kawani.
Sa tulong ng development of feedback mula sa mga stakeholders, lalong pinatibay nito ang vision ng paaralan na naglalayong mas mapabuti pa ang pagbibigay ng serbisyo sa iba. Dagdag pa rito, matapos ang pag-implementa ng tinatawag na AWUS o aktibo at wastong usapang estudyante, malaya rin na makapagbigay ng feedback o saloobin ng mga mag-aaral sa mga programa ng paaralan. Binigyang pansin din ang gap sa mga pagpupulong virtually ng mga guro upang tugunan ang mga key areas of improvement. Malaking tulong naman ang quarterly report ng SMEA o School Monitoring Evaluation and Adjustments ng mga guro sa mga magulang tuwing virtual meetings sa pagpapaunlad ng learning outcomes. Matagumpay ang pamamalakad ng Aksay dahil sa tulong na natatanggap nito mula sa iba't ibang organisasyon. Halimbawa nito ang MOOE na nagmumula sa gobyerno, mga donasyon ng Mother Parent Teachers Association, tulong mula sa iba't ibang LGUs at NGOs. Kinakailangang magamit at maipakita ang mga ito sa mga pagpupulong ng paaralan. Sa ngalan ng aking partner na si Tim Reyes, ako naman po si Bianca Basilio. At iyan ang mga balitang dapat mong malaman sa oras na ito. Manatiling nakasubaybay sa mga official social media pages ng Aksay. Ito ang Oras na Pilipinas!
Paano na kaya yung maging kabuhayan ko?
Mahirap na talaga ang sitwasyon ngayon, lalo na nag-aaral po.
Gusto ko po sila makapagtapos. Kailangan po kahirap po yung buhay, sir.
ng ating paaralan dahil sa pandemya. Bagamat naging malaking hamon ang pandemya ito sa ating lahat, hindi tumigil ang ating paaralan sa pagbibigay ng edukalidad sa ating mga minamahal na mag-aaral. Sa kabila ng pandemya, nagpatuloy ang pagtaas ng ating enrollment. Sa ngayon, tayo ay may 1,730 na mag-aaral. Nadagdagan din ang ating mga kabuuan. Sa kasalukuyan, tayo ay mayroon ng 48 na guro na patuloy na nagpapamalas ng angking dedikasyon sa pagtuturo sa kabila ng sitwasyon. Nadagdagan din ang ating bilang ng ating mga silid-aralan. Sa ngayon, mayroon na tayong 32 classrooms na handang-handa na para sa ating mga mag-aaral kapag bumalik na ang lahat sa normal.
Kahit ganito magkailan ng sitwasyon, alam ko, kakayanin.
Alam ko po na malagpasan ko po ito.
Mahirap man, kakayanin. Mahirap man po, kakayanin natin.
Kami sa Dr. Clemente N. David Senior Memorial High School, hinaya na, kakayanin pa.
School year 2020 to 2021 has turned out to be that academic year none of us expected. Nevertheless, one thing is for sure. With the support of the different stakeholders, the school will continuously take on the challenge of delivering accessible, quality education. This is PCNDS NHS, the school of infinite possibilities.
Every educational institution in the world has its share of problems that need to be addressed. Over the past decades, many initiatives and reforms have been implemented to prevent certain difficulties. One primary key to address this is the implementation of the school-based management. Despite the challenges brought by the pandemic, Greeley's continues to be adaptive to changes through its localized version of the BELCB, also branded as the hashtag Greelisto sa Pagbabago, that formally introduces the adaptability and readiness of the school in the changing contexts. Over the past years, Greeley's created significant changes in the school processes and maintained best practices as we allow our stakeholders to participate in our activities.
To improve the literacy and numeracy skills of our learners, we have prepared intervention materials for them for effective learning through Project A+.
We implement the reading and numeracy programs to all classes in the elementary and junior high school learners for a positive academic achievement.
To maximize the provision of child-friendly school learning environment, we have designed Project Feel, friendly environment to empower learners.
We implement the career guidance program to grade 10, 11, and 12 learners, intensify the implementation of child protection policy, and unify the beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program.
Despite the increasing number of enrollees, we do not stop provide quality education and conducive learning environment through Project FAIR, facilities improvement, repair, and maintenance.
We improve, restructure, and beautify our school facilities such as working stations, classrooms, TLE and ICT laboratory.
To improve the pedagogical skills of the teachers and the staff in the 21st century, Project ACT is what we have, activating the competencies of the teachers.
Project ACT conduct professional development program, implement the Learning Action Cell sessions, and various off-campus trainings to all the teachers.
One best practice is our partnership, and that is through Project STAR, Stakeholders Recognition. This project aims to build stronger partnership of the school in the community.
To celebrate learners' achievement and raise funds for the improvement of the school's facilities, we invite and recognize all the outstanding stakeholders in a concert produced by the school community.
In resource management, our goal is to maintain accountability and transparency, and that is achieved through Project Reason.
Project Reason support reasonable expenses in addressing school operational needs.
To cater to the needs of the learners in the community, we also offered senior high school, and that is Project Push.
Senior High Department implement the content-based integration activity, provide insurance policy for the immersion students, and recommend senior high school graduates for the national certification.
We also support the different implementation of the programs and activities of the Department of Education through Project Success.
This project aims to empower, support, and uplift camaraderie and competitions to engage in school success.
Categorized as one of the premier and active schools in the city, Malabañas Integrated School continuously uplifts its standard in achieving and developing learners' potentials, life skills, and academic feat, a step to becoming one of the effective public schools in the city, region, and in the Philippines. In 1986, a school that caters to elementary pupils of Malabañas has been established. It's by the name Malabañas Elementary School. In 2013, from elementary school, the school began to offer grade 7 and it was renamed into an integrated school. And in 2017-2018, another milestone was achieved as the senior high school was offered. The school enrollees continue to grow in number annually. From 2,723 in 2018-2019, it increased to 3,014 for this school year 2020-2021. MIS promotion rate has also been consistent in getting more than 90% from 2018 to 2020-21. Currently, the school has 48 elementary teachers, 40 junior high school teachers, and 12 senior high school teachers. The school has improved in providing effective materials, resources, equipment, and laboratories for the students. It also offers best practices in the reading program, feeding program, scouting movement, academic and sports winnings, active involvement of stakeholders, gulayan sa paaralan, continuous improvement projects such as Project Desal, Project Reads, Journa Mismo, and the now proposed special program in foreign language. MIS has proven to have a strong partnership with the stakeholders such as VFW Post, GPTA, Barangay Council, our local government, and other parents, which provide full support in the development of the school. Malabañas Integrated School is truly a school of heart. It is not just a school, but a foundation of core values, makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. MIS, the School of Great Talents and Best Practices, keeps holding the track of life and continues to compel to its purpose to leave a legacy on its own.
All right, congratulations to our top 5 elementary and secondary schools for attaining the school or SBM level 3 for this school year. Well, we would also want to recognize other schools who have attained such level, which is SBM level 3. And it will be our pride and honor to present these schools starting from the elementary level, secondary, and also the integrated school. Please stand by for the list of the names of the schools who have attained the SBM level 3 as we announce them. All right. Congratulations, starting from elementary level. These are the schools who have received the SBM level 3 or a level 3 SBM practice. Starting from Angeles Elementary School. Congratulations. Belen Homesite Elementary School. Wayan Elementary School. EPSA Resettlement Elementary School. Jose P. Dizon Elementary School. M. Nepomuceno Elementary School. Marisol Bliss Elementary School. Ampang Elementary School. Neda Gutierrez Elementary School. Pulong Kaputog Elementary School. Sapang Bato Elementary School. Teodoro P. Pino Elementary School. Virgen de los Remedios Elementary School.
Northville 15 Integrated Schools, Santo Domingo Integrated School, Angeles City National Trade School, Claro M. Recto ICT High School, Francisco G. Nepomuceno Memorial High School, Rafael L. Lazatin Memorial High School, Sapang Bato National High School, those are the schools who have achieved a level 3 SBM practice for this school year. Let us now proceed in recognizing our top 5 SBM level 3 or the top 5 level 3 SBM practice. So starting with the elementary level, top 5 SBM level 3 secondary schools. We have Angeles Science High School, school head, Dr. Ernesto L. David, principal, Dr. Carlos Jesus, and the SBM coordinator, Ma'am Sandy Fatima, Simi Platin, Eric S. Dios. Angeles City National High School, school head, Amelita L. Pineda, assistant principal, Genora Z. Agustin, SBM coordinator, Ma'am Analiza P. Coricor, and Kathleen D. Guevara. Dr. Clemente N. David, Senior Memorial High School, we have Ma'am Marjorie Lacson and SBM Coordinator Rafael D. Diaz. Malabanyas Integrated School, we have Ma'am Imelda S. Gozon, Randy A. Rosales for Assistant Principal, and Janelle R. Bacal for SBM Coordinator. Governor Rafael L. Zatin Integrated School, we have Sir Erickson Cabrera as the Principal and Sir Reggie O. Cruz for the Assistant Principal, and SBM Coordinator Jennifer R. Quizon. The top 5 for elementary school. Once again, the top 5 SBM level 3 elementary school. Starting with Abelardo G. Pino Elementary School with the school head, Ma'am Esperanza G. Nabong, and the SBM coordinator, Ma'am Elsa R. Gonzalez. Airport City Elementary School, school head Nicolas H. Contreras Jr., SBM coordinator Aina B. Noto. Dr. Clemente M. Bailey Senior Elementary School, school head Nenita H. Cortia, and SBM coordinator Maria Teresa N. Reyes. Leoncia Village Elementary School, school head Sir Lucky Paul M. David, SBM coordinator Sharon G. Atayte. Santa Maria Elementary School, school head Richard U. Ison, SBM coordinator Rose Joy D. Diaz. Those are the top 5 SBM Level 3 for the elementary schools. Alright, congratulations po sa atin pong lahat. We shall now be proceeding to the best of the best kung saan sila po ang gagawaran po ng award ng Project the Best, which means Division Best and Excellent in SBM Transformation. So play po natin ang video para ma-recognize po natin ang mga best sa mga best. First awardee for the Best and Excellent in SBM Transformation. For the small school category, we have Leoncia Village Elementary School, School Head Lucky Paul M. David, SBM Coordinator Sharon G. Atayde, and PSDS Maria Tara D. Clemente. Congratulations! For our next category, medium school category in elementary level, we have Abelardo G. Pino Elementary School. School Head Esperanza G. Nabong, SBM Coordinator Elsa R. Gonzalez, and PSDS Ma'am Ana Merla D. Magtoto. Congratulations! Next, for the large school category, elementary level, we have Santa Maria Elementary School. School Head Richard U. Ison, SBM Coordinator Rose Joy D. Diaz, and PSDS Ma'am Anastasia Nympha E. Aquino. Next, for our SBM Level 3 Mega Large School category, we have Lourdes Northwest Elementary School. School Head Benito L. Bongo, SBM Coordinator Rosalinda C. Batan, PSDS Ma'am Maria Tara D. Clemente. Another for Mega Large category, we have Santo Rosario Elementary School. School Head Sir Williamson G. Canlas, SBM Coordinator Ma'am Rowena P. Sampang, PSDS Ma'am Maria Tara D. Clemente. Congratulations! Next, for our SBM Level 3 Integrated School category, we have Malabanyas Integrated School. School Head Ma'am Imelda S. Gozon, Assistant Principal Randy A. Rosales, SBM Coordinator Jonel R. Bacal, and PSDS with Benito C. Alma. Congratulations! Last, for our SBM Level 3 Secondary School category, we have Angeles City Science High School. Congratulations, Ma'am Catalina L. David, School Head, Assistant Principal Ma'am Gonzaga C. De Jesus, SBM Coordinator Ma'am Sandy Fatma C. Plant, and Sir Eric S. Dios, and of course, the Public Schools District Supervisor, Sir Walter C. Espadilla. Congratulations to our Project the Best awardees. The awardees will receive a cash prize of 1,000 pesos po para sa school head and 500 pesos naman po para sa school SBM coordinator. Yan, you may claim your prize po on Monday at the division office. At congratulations po sa ating lahat. I am pretty much sure that despite the challenges and the struggles that we are experiencing in this time of pandemic, all of us are doing our best to deliver relevant and responsive education among our learners as well as services po sa ating mga stakeholders. Congratulations po, DepEd Angeles City. All right. So this program will not be complete without hearing the inspiring words of our OIC Schools Division Superintendent. And so for her challenge and closing message, let us please welcome Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo for her closing message.
School-based management is an institutionalized process or system whereby schools are given the opportunity or are empowered to practice governance at their level. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, things had drastically changed. Our educational landscape had been altered. Before, we had face-to-face classes. It was easy to get stakeholder support. But due to the pandemic, our schools had to contend with learning delivery modalities such as modular distance learning or online distance learning, and they had limited opportunities to engage with stakeholders. Hence, in the process, our SBM levels of practice had somewhat been sacrificed or had somewhat decreased. With the coming of the school year, the pandemic is still at its outset. Nothing had changed. Things have had seemingly worsened. But here at STO Angeles City, there are some schools who, in spite of the pandemic, continued to level up their SPM level of practice in order to serve their stakeholders to the best of their abilities. But this coming school year, will there still be drastic changes that will occur? Well, the future is still yet to unfold before us. So the challenge is, in order for our schools to maintain, sustain, or increase their SPM level of practice is to level up. So my challenge is encapsulated in the letters of the words level up. Let's start with L. List your priority improvement areas. Scan your environment. And when we say environment, we are referring to the school not only in its physical setting, but also looking at the human resources, the curriculum, and the opportunities for partnership and linkages within and outside the community. So once these priority improvement areas have been established, you look at them and try to find out which of these PIAs actually need prioritization. So that's it. So look at your priority improvement areas and then focus for ultimate prioritization. Now we go to letter E. You now energize your team. And when we say team in SBM level of practice, we are referring to your principal leaders and their team members. So try to give them a bird's eye view, a solid view of their duties and responsibilities, your prioritized improvement areas, and your goals and targets. Once these are clear to them, they can start working as a team in their respective principles and come up with documents and other activities that will satisfy their respective assigned principles. Next, letter V. As school heads, you have to vet your data. And what do we mean by vet? You make a careful analysis of the data within your school. And when we say analyzing the school data, you look at them objectively, try to come up with innovative ideas or projects that will address your concerns or your areas for improvement. And once these data were vetted accurately and excellently, indeed, your innovative projects will yield excellent results. Next, we have again letter E. You try now to energize your stakeholders. You encourage stakeholders' participation. Yes, it's a pandemic, but with your grit, with your persistence, with your aim for excellence, After scanning your environment, you will know who among your stakeholders can be sustained in terms of support in your schools. And when you encourage your stakeholders' participation, you do not concentrate only on external stakeholders. You also focus on your internal stakeholders, and these are your teachers, your parents. When we focus on external stakeholders, we look at our barangay, our nearby community, our LGUs, and then move forward to private organizations, non-government organizations who are always willing to extend their hand of support to your schools. Remember, public-private partnership is our opportunity for our schools to realize their objectives, realize their projects, and come up with fruitful results. As we always say, we cannot do things on our own. And this public-private partnership is very important and is very significant in funding our school projects that cannot be funded by our school MOOE. Next, letter L. So you now know your stakeholders. Now, let us learn how to give back to the community. This was actually mentioned by our regional SBM validating team. We have always been looking for opportunities for our community to help our schools. Now, in the process of applying symbiotic relationship, why don't we also look for opportunities to help our community? That is also the essence of school-based management. Reaching out to the nearest barangay where our school is situated and come up with projects that will help the parents, the out-of-school youth. You can have literacy programs, livelihood trainings, or skill training for these parents or out-of-school youths in order to have a more productive life. You can also take Brigada Pagbasa to a higher level, wherein instead of the books just stored inside your schools, you now get these books to the community. So you make the books nearer to the community. Brigada Pagbasa at its best. So learn to actually involve your community, learn to extend a hand also to your community. Next, we have two more letters in one word up. Let us utilize our resources judiciously and practice the virtue of transparency. Resources will keep trickling in if we encourage stakeholders' participation. Now, what is our responsibility? We have to utilize these resources judiciously by practicing honesty. That is the wisdom of having transparency boards in your school. So how are you spending your MOOE? Your internal and external stakeholders deserve to know. So you post your utilization of MOOE in your transparency board. Your stakeholders gave financial donations to your schools. Acknowledge these donations by posting them also on your transparency board. And you even add pictures on how these financial donations were utilized by the school. Did you buy equipment? Did you pave the grounds of the school? Did you buy gardening tools or any other purchase that you have made out of these financial donations? In that case, your stakeholders will be inspired, will be encouraged because you have earned their trust. The trust index of your school will be at a higher level. So my dear school heads, do you want to increase or sustain your SBM level of practice for school year 2021-2022? The challenge is let's level up. Again, good afternoon. Congratulations to all the winners of the SBM level of practice in SDO Angeles City. God bless everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Maria Irene P. Tamayo, our OIC SDS DepEd Angeles City. I'm sure all of our schools at DepEd Angeles will surely do their best, do our best for the coming school years. As the saying goes, perfection is never our goal, but continuous improvement. All right, now that we have already reached the conclusion of our program, we would like to give thanks to all the people from the schools in the division office who have made this program momentous and successful. Special thanks to our, of course, no, to our OIC Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Maria Arilin P. Tamayo, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Fernandina P. Ochenko, the program lead of this event, Sir Glenn Sarmiento, and his partner, Ma'am Elizabeth C. David. Siyempre, hindi po natin makakalimutan po ang ating mga chief, si Sir Edgar L. Manabat, and then also the division validating team po, kasama din po natin sila. Andyan po si Ma'am Arceli Garcia, Ma'am Ana Marie Carmen Romero, Dr. Lynn D. Lansangan, ang ating pong dating chief, si Ma'am Marilu Castro. Of course, nandyan din po ang mga taga-CID po, ang ating pong mga EPSS, Ma'am Esperanza Malang. We also have Ma'am Rochela David, Sir Edgardo Nunag, Ma'am Josephine Figueroa, Sir Ramil Dacanay, Ma'am Jemima Estrabilio, and Sir Carlo Puno. Sa lahat po ng school heads at saka mga SBM committee po, ang mga SBM coordinator at ang mga principal leaders po. Hindi rin po natin makakalimutan, of course, our technical team, the creative team led by Sir Noel Reganit. Thank you so much for this production. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Chris Ida Mercado, Sir Mervin Surla, and Sir Dito Santo Domingo. Hindi rin po natin makakalimutan ang support na ginagawa po ng ating mga public schools district supervisors po. So, huwag niyo pong kalilimutan sa lahat po ng awardee, meron po kayong cash prize na kukunin niyo po sa Monday, 1,000 po for school heads at 500 pesos naman po para sa mga SBM coordinator. Meron din po itong kasamang plaque of appreciation or recognition. So once again, thank you so much for staying with us until the end of this program. Meron po tayong evaluation link na ipopost po namin later on. Huwag niyo pong kalilimutang mag-evaluate, no? Thank you so much. I am Adrian P. Tamayo po, your moderator, saying, the doors we open and close each day decide the lives we live. Thank you so much and have a great day. Good afternoon po.
you.